The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Sabrina Turner.
Good morning, Cayman, and welcome to another Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, and the Tuesday and Thursday edition of the Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Centre, Count on Us Cayman Limited, and Cayman Medical Supplies. Short and show, as we know, every second Thursday, it is Money Sense who take up the first part of the morning. And right now, we are pleased to be with you to bring you another edition. And this morning, we put the spotlight and hear more about Outlandish Cayman, and to hear about what she has, speaking and dealing with the reality of being a small business and how we have gone from a zillion, it appears, to almost, in some cases, already zero. Absolutely. It is a pleasure for me to welcome Miss Jasmine Sumaru in studio to tell us more. Good morning and welcome to our show.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be back on. I know I've been on a few times. It's been a while since the last time, so it's definitely a pleasure to be here.
That's right. And the times that we're living in right now, I mean, I feel everyone, it doesn't matter, but more so the micro, small business, medium-sized business, all businesses needs encouragement. But for this forum to have persons like you who's still willing to come on despite how this pandemic has affected your way of life, your income, your continuity, it's pretty much second by second. And for you to still be willing to come on, we greatly appreciate that.
Yes, not a problem. I honestly feel like if there's no better time to come on, it's now. We heavily depend on our tourism, our tourists to patronize us. So we, help all the artists survive pretty much. And with this now, we will definitely be relying more on our locals to help us along and support local on a whole.
Now let's go a little bit back and let's understand how you got started. I think you opened in 2011. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and Outlandish Cayman, what it is.
That's right. Okay, so I started Outlandish in 2011. I was making chainmail bracelets. So chainmail is kind of looping rings together in a specific pattern, and I was doing it for fun. I just saw it on Pinterest, and I said, wow, this looks so cool. Let me try it. And I was posting them on my Facebook, and people kept asking me, are these for sale? Are you selling these? I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can sell them. And I started getting custom orders, and then I did it again. Found something else I liked, tried it myself. It was macrame bracelets next. I started incorporating cute little charms on them, and from there it kind of took off. I started dabbling in many different things.
So tell us if there have been some challenges along the way. Talk about how, and if so, one of the biggest challenges right now is just keeping income going in with what you faced since you started in 2011 and having to be versatile and having to be flexible to go through this very dynamic, it's uncharted territory, uncharted waters right now that we're in.
Oh yes, I feel like this it feels almost like right after Ivan minus all of the destruction. So it's kind of like we went from making, in our store, hundreds, thousands a day to literally zero overnight. So we're trying to be innovative, trying to be creative, trying to keep it, change our aspect on how we're going to take this. So what we're doing instead, we're going to be launching online. So we're going to be shipping to the U.S. if we can. But if not, we can still deliver locally and definitely try and hit the local market.
What range of products people can expect to find once you go online and what was in your store prior to it being the regular bricks and mortar?
That's right. You'll be able to find everything. So we have professional photographers working as we speak, taking pictures of everything, loading them up on our website. So our website, it's caymanhandmadecollective.com. It's our sister company's website we're using. And we're going to have everything that's in our store online. So you can do your purchasing online, view the products, and we can deliver them to you. We literally leave them at your door, send you a notification that it's there,
Right.
and wait for you to pick it up.
So you understand the importance of embracing technology.
Absolutely.
Many a times I've entered into this conversation with other guests and understanding doing business even, let's say, 3 years, 5 years ago, and doing business now, the importance of having a social media presence and a website. Look at what you have had to do right now in order to keep business going. How have you embraced technology?
Well, we are definitely hardcore using all of those medias. Definitely Instagram, Facebook, using our website, and we have a .com website. Trying to get a Shopify so we can do everything online. So you can just use your card online, pay. You don't have to worry about payments, worry about transferring cash, anything like that. Especially in these turbulent times where we're trying to keep everything sanitized.
Has this ever been before now? Been something at the forefront of your mind of offering this type of service, or because of what we're facing right now, it has actually captured 100% of your attention?
Absolutely, it was definitely in the back of my mind. I was like, it would be very nice if we would could do this, but the brick and mortar worked very well,
right?
So it was. This was definitely need driven, definitely.
So how have you been able to go from the regular brick and mortar to actually having to go all automated, dealing with computers? Because we can understand a small business. Some people are a little apprehensive and just dealing with website, talking about it. Oh, have somebody else do that. Oh, I'm not on Instagram. I have my niece or my in-laws do that. But now we've found that whether or not you were with the times, you need to have a crash course with online business for one's continuity in certain industries.
Absolutely.
How have you actually molded yourself to be more embracing, to do this almost self-taught crash course of online business?
That's right. I was always very techie. I was always very on the social media. Yes, I was always on the social media, but the website aspect, I was like, no, I can't do that. I don't think I can maintain that. So I have been getting assistance. Thankfully, assistance is still available on the tech side very easily. They can remotely get into your computer and do things for you. And a great thing is they're teaching me what to do, so we can kind of do it myself, so I don't have to always be bothering them all the time for little things like uploading pictures to a website, for example.
And you now realize it's not that hard, right?
Exactly. Once you learn what to do, it's crazy what us humans can do. Once we learn what to do, it seems hard at first, and then it gets easy.
Until your back's against the wall.
Oh, this is true. Then you have to kind of...
Now, I believe Outlandish Cayman was going to host, or has host events. Tell us a little bit about that. And there was something coming up on the 21st.
That's right. So we very often host events, crafty events, often for kids, or we do fluid art for larger groups. And yes, these events, we unfortunately had to cancel them. But what we are looking into right now is actually doing them online as well. So having a link to a tutorial, we'll put a little package together where the class price will be the same. We keep them very low so more people can attend. So we, kind of have them in a package. We'll deliver them to you. You could have your link to the online tutorial. And what's great about the online tutorial, you can always reverse it. So if you missed a step, you can always reverse it and see what happens. And we're, live online all the time. You can call us, message us. Having trouble with something, we'll help you.
Okay. Now, how easy or difficult is it when sourcing supplies needed to create your products, understanding you're again faced with challenges if the demand, is definitely ramps up. And then you're limited with importation, understanding that we may not be affected, but it's not necessarily local. It's your vendors that may not necessarily be local.
Absolutely. So it's quite difficult because often a majority of our products, although they're created here, we get our materials from overseas, often the States, probably not from China for a while. So in that case, it is difficult. We may have to be very creative if we are not able to get these materials. We may have to source materials locally. I know a lot of people do like driftwood art and things or paintings where we can still use things we have here.
Oh, it's funny how life comes around in full circle, because then charity begins at home, you're now talking about incorporating local materials, something that you may have passed by, let's say 3 years, maybe even a month ago, that was not appealing to you because you could go a click and it's here.
Absolutely.
And now one virus has caused you to be or considering incorporating local material.
I think it's a great time for the Thatchers.
Yes. Now, how unique are your pieces that are available at your Outlandish Cayman?
Honestly, they're all very, very unique. Everyone is handmade with love, always. And, a very... Sorry, I'm scrambling for words here. I'm trying to describe our products. Every piece is its own unique piece. So every piece is either a piece of artwork itself or a unique piece of jewelry. So every piece you get, you're not going to find it anywhere else.
Okay. Now, I understand that you're about to launch, or was about to launch, do-it-yourself kits. Is this still in the making?
Yes, this is still in the making.
And it's a perfect time now, too.
It is a perfect time. And we are, again, trying to keep our prices as low as possible because I know, especially people with multiple kids, it's you don't want to be able to not be able to afford for one, then the other.
Exactly.
So it's a great thing. We're going to be doing like little diamond kits, painting kits, sculpture kits for kids. We're kind of focusing on Pokemon since that's a very popular thing at the moment for the kids. But there are a lot of them for adults, teens, and children as well.
If you're just tuning into Radio Cayman, good morning. You're listening to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz as we put the spotlight this morning on our first guest, Outlandish Cayman. We're hearing all about the creative products and crafts that she has, and she's not going anywhere despite the corona, COVID-19. She's just had to pretty much reshuffle the way she's going to attack business continuity. And I feel that it is very important for all of us who find ourselves in this position to not give up hope, but definitely sit down, exhale, assess, evaluate, and see how you can continue in this fight until this all blows over. And it is my pleasure to be speaking this morning to owner Miss Jasmine Sumaru, telling us more about her plans. Now, how have you found, understanding we have dabbled into this all morning, the COVID-19 virus really impacted you? And if any, what advice would you offer to follow to fellow artisans and that sort of stuff, to not, because we all deal with stress in different ways. But it's one thing owning your own business, having a responsibility, still having your debts, understanding we're all doing our part to help ease this blow. The fact is, we still want to be independent.
Of course.
What have you done, and what advice would you give to fellow artisans, persons in business, to not lose hope?
Well, I would say in many cases, these things often pass. So I would not give up hope, absolutely. And this is the perfect time, while things are slow, if you do have materials, to create. And I found maybe it's the culture. I like to be at work. So instead of me being cooped up at home, even though we have closed and we have heavily reduced hours, I'm still there all the time doing art. Every day I'm doing art. That's one thing that makes me happy. So if you are a creator, you know that creating makes you happy. Continue to create. Don't stop creating. This is a perfect time to stock up.
Or find a new hobby.
Absolutely. Or find something new that you like. If you're, definitely if you're cooped up at home, maybe one of our DIY kits can help you.
Exactly.
Yeah, can help you find something you love, and it'll get you started.
Perfect timing for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, what are your favorite products to make? You've been doing this for a while, but there must be a certain piece or pieces.
Absolutely. My favorite things to make are definitely the little stuffed toys. All of them, I pattern them all myself. We do the embroidery on them, or we do the hand detailing on them. They are definitely my favorite things. The possibilities are endless. You can make anything. It takes a lot of time. Sometimes the patterns can, once you make one, it doesn't always come out how you want, and you do have to readjust. But once you get the finished product, it is definitely very, very satisfying.
And what have you seen over time? What are the most popular items that clients keep asking for or coming back for?
I want to say I probably impress the ladies mostly with the Swarovski jewelry.
Okay.
Swarovski crystals are very sparkly and very shiny, and I get a lot of requests to do special either wire wrap or thread Swarovski jewelry.
Okay. Now, looking forward, what can persons expect from you in the future as it relates to products?
Well, I'm definitely a dabbler. I see something that I like that's interesting, I want to try it for myself. So I want to say there's lots of different things coming, a lot of jewelry ideas, different types of art, getting into the art scene a lot now. And I'm also getting heavily into sculpture. So I'm trying to push that forward. So definitely things that make me happy that I like to do.
Now, what does it take to promote and market your products? It's one thing you're wearing your own pieces, but it's another thing, are you reaching the masses?
Absolutely, too. It's definitely challenging to market well, but I always say that it's how you market the product. Sometimes you can have something that's not so nice and, you're saying, how is this doing so well? And you look at their marketing and it's like, oh, this is why, because it's so good. So marketing your product, taking good photographs of your product, having a lot of detail, a lot of good selling points, higher quality materials. It's definitely a good thing to market your product well.
Now, you also sell apparel. Tell us some about that.
Okay, so yes, we've just branched into we're doing beach kimonos. They're really, really cute. I wish I was wearing one right now to show you, but they're very fun to make, very easy to make, and we're selling them for $16 and $20, so they're very, very reasonable. They are fun to make as well. And go to Super Stitch. There's tons of fabric there. You have your selection, and it's very fun.
So if we adhere to these self-isolations, if you don't have to be on the road, we can expect some great stuff after this is lifted from you.
Absolutely, absolutely. It'll keep continuing, I hope.
Now, tell us what social media platforms we can find your products on, understanding that you're still in the phases of getting online, going up and running. But tell us, prior to all of this, how can we find you on the various social media platforms?
Okay, you can get us on Instagram, Outlandish Cayman. And same thing, Facebook, you just search Outlandish Cayman and you'll find us. And we have tons of photos, videos, you name it, and it's there.
Okay. Can you share with us, please, a summary of the main points about Outlandish Cayman and how persons can reach out to you for those who may just be joining us, in any closing thoughts?
Okay, of course. So Outlandish Cayman is a local artisan art company, been crafting since 2011, started off with chainmail and have branched out to many various different things, including art, sculpture, and different types of paintings. And you can reach us on any of the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Outlandish Cayman is what you search for. You can reach us also on WhatsApp, 929-5939 or 516-0951.
Now, it has been a pleasure, Jasmine, speaking to you, and I want to personally wish you continued success. And I'm hopeful that definitely with your plans that you have in place that you will be fine.
Yes, thank you so much. And we're definitely trying our best to keep being innovative and creative and get over this.
Definitely, as we all do. And it's one thing of having a forum of this nature. It's also to motivate, inspire, and encourage persons to not throw in the towel. Don't fold under the pressure. We're all being affected by this, but it's your approach in recovery that will determine your success and smiling at the end of it all.
Absolutely.
Again, it is my pleasure, and all success to you.
Thank you so much.
Stay tuned for more of the Business Buzz after these few messages.
Do you need bookkeeping services? Property management? How about someone to take care of your customs brokerage needs? Well, don't despair. Call Count on Us Cayman Limited, 623-6941 or 323-3995 and get the help you need today. Stop worrying about your auto and tech services, as Count on Us Cayman can take care of that too. They take the time to understand your business. So, if you need plumbing, electrical, or maintenance repairs, Count on Us Cayman Limited has it covered. Email info@countonuskayman.com or drop by the office at Suite 203 in the Crichton Building, 256 Crew Road. Count on Us Cayman. Call 623-6941 or 323-3995.
Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Always be prepared and ensure your family is provided for. Cayman Insurance Center specializes in life, property, motor, health, and liability at the most competitive premiums and affordable rates on island. Call Michael Webster today at 925-5433 for life insurance or Denise Brown at 814-7229 for property insurance. Call them today for all your insurance needs.
Your Radio Cayman 6 p.m. news, Monday through Friday, is brought to you by Logic. Your life connected.
Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Always be prepared and ensure your family is provided for. Cayman Insurance Center specializes in life, property, motor, health, and liability at the most competitive premiums and affordable rates on island. Call Michael Webster today at 925-5433 for life insurance or Denise Brown at 814-7229 for property insurance. Call them today for all your insurance needs.
Count on Us Cayman Limited. Count on Us Cayman Limited. Let me see where I can find this in this book.
Count on Us Cayman Limited? What are you talking about, Susie Q?
Nita, Count on Us Cayman Limited. Let me tell you, it is a small, robust service company in Cayman. They offer bookkeeping services, property management, and that's not all. They also offer a variety of other services, such as customs brokerage and Cayman auto and tech services.
Then it sounds like I don't have to run all over town like a chicken with its head cut off to get my business taken care of. I can just call. What's that place called again, Sue?
It's called Count on Us Cayman Limited. They take the time to understand your business. If you need more information, you can give them a call at 623-6941 or you can call 323-3995. And if you need to email them, the email address is info@countonuscaymanlimited.com.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Cayman's Business Buzz.
Good morning and welcome back to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz as we continue here on Radio Cayman. We keep you in the know about various business topics and information. It is my time to speak with Miss Donna Mitchell, who's life coach, certified Canfield trainer, lifestyle consultant, keynote speaker, water conditioning therapist, and to find out more about an upcoming webinar that she'll be conducting, and also to hear about her hidden talent, art. Who knew? Donna, it is a pleasure to have you joining me by telephone. Good morning.
Good morning, Sabrina, to you.
It is a pleasure, and I guess this is definitely going to be a new norm. Well, not really when you look at it, predominantly we have you in studio, which we love your presence, but with everything going on right now, I'm quite sure we're going to be doing a lot more of this with other guests.
And it's I think where we're moving anyway. They say in the future, Sabrina, that like a lot of businesses are going to be working from home 10 years down. So maybe this is the appetizer.
Definitely. But it is still a pleasure to have you being featured on the Business Buzz to hear more. So share with us, please, some details on Lifestyles with Donna.
Well, I was the original Weight Watcher lady here, Sabrina, many, many years ago, and then decided to branch out and open my own business, which is now 20 plus years in operation here in the Cayman Islands. And moving along with what's happening and trending, my business is really morphing more and more into an online business with coaching and webinars and online programs. But I still do, in person here in Cayman, small groups. So I offer a variety of services and programs all geared around health, wellness, mental health, positivity, and actually it's what I live myself.
Right. So what has been the biggest inspiration behind you opening this business?
Well, I work for a lot of major companies, Sabrina, in Canada and the U.S., and I have leadership skills and organization, a lot of passion and energy. And I realized that, first of all, I really wanted to call my own shots in a way in things like time off and vacation. And yeah, I really did. I find, though, working for yourself, as every other entrepreneur will know, you're pretty much 24/7. But I really wanted to expand and not be confined in what I could offer. And it's from my own life experience that my business has evolved.
Right.
not only losing weight, but overcoming tremendous loss of loved ones, having to cope and building resilience. And so it's my life experience that's morphed into what I'm doing today.
Right. Now, what does it take in order to develop and operate your business?
I think with any business, the number one thing is trust. I've been very, very blessed here in Cayman. I've been here for 30 years. So Miss Donna from Northside, and I've been trust amongst the people, and I think that's number one in any company. I know from my own business, Sabrina, for survival, I had to diversify from just weight management. I became a yoga teacher, a water fitness teacher, a success coach, a Canfield trainer. So I expanded my territory, offering always customer service. And that's another thing for business. Your customer is your income, and that's such an important thing. Also for me in business, my own ongoing education and training. I thought I had it all done, and I find myself doing online webinars so that my skills are staying current and I can provide more as I go forward.
That's right. Now, speaking about webinars, tell us about your upcoming webinar and what persons can expect and how can they register or even get the link?
Okay, Sabrina, what's really interesting, I had this webinar planned before current day events.
Right.
So it's like, wow. This webinar, you can easily get on, I'll give the details in a moment, was originally set up for just health and wellness and the importance of eating salads and exercise. Well, that's really changing now, and my focus will be using my knowledge and skills and gifts for mental health, emotional health, how we can physically stay healthy during this time, just practical tips. The webinar is scheduled for the 30th of March, and I'm already planning at least one or two more webinars, which are free here at this start. Another webinar will be coming out shortly on coping with fear. Now, this is something I've done before locally. I've done some work with our youth in Cayman about overcoming fear when relating to exams and whatever. It's a workshop I've done called Slaying the Fear Giant. So I'm bringing that to a webinar for everybody because fear is real and fear is our greatest enemy. So it's bringing together everything I can from my training to serve what the people need now. The webinar on the 30th is free. It's open. It's at 7 p.m. If you can't attend the webinar, there's always a playback option for that.
Now, can you give us some insight into your journey into art and how that came to be?
Well, that's really interesting. I have some incredible sketches that I call the North Side scenes. Now, when I first arrived on the island, Sabrina, my first job was at Rum Point. Back in the day with the old cook shack and Miss Lil and Miss Fern, and I was a waitress for 3 months under Old Judd. He gave me my first work permit. So living on North Side, I was going through a tremendous loss of a loved one, and I found myself after work just sitting at Rum Point with a pen and paper. And I did 2 sketches of the old Rum Point property, and the original sold for quite a bit at an auction at the wharf. And I also did one of Driftwood Village, which was my first home in Cayman. I lived next door for 6 years. And I found myself sketching there. So I have a compilation of artwork that I did in 1995. And it's coming back around now because these places are vanished. They're gone. What I'm noticing, I'm looking at my Rum Point sketch right now, and the buildings are gone, but it's the same trees.
Exactly. Now, I understand there's also a small sketch of Mr. Jack Whitaker that was was laying in his hammock.
There is, and I actually produced these and made them into cards, cards, and sold them for a while to tourists, and then started to give them away. And Mr. Jack Whitaker, I mean, he was a man of very few words. And I trembled with fear every time I pulled up. And I gave him a copy of the sketch, and Sabrina, Cayman Kind back then, still today, filled up my gas tank.
Nice.
With free tank full. And I have some little sketches of Mr. Jack. And Kennedy Gallery is going to be helping me get some really quality reprints of these artworks so that they'll be available to the public once people are open to purchasing things like artwork again. What I do want to say, Sabrina, for those of you out there under stress, and art is a tremendous way to shut down that reptilian mind, that doing mind. It gets us in a zone of relaxation and bliss. It's very healing, very therapeutic. I was listening to your previous speaker. Whatever talent and art is everything. I really encourage people to explore that as an option now to keep stress levels down.
That's correct. I found myself, for some weird reason, I always told people I was not a person for outside dealing with gardening plants. I swear that if I look at them too hard, they just wilt, and that's it. But I found myself, since the agricultural show, that I purchased some pepper trees, and they're obviously agreeing with me because they haven't died yet, thank God. And I really do find that very relaxing, just watching them just as they grow and looking forward, literally waking up in the morning to water them. So whatever really brings you to that peace, I think is what is key for you to identify that in yourself. And you know what? Now is probably the time, Miss Donna, for people to really listen to themselves.
Totally. This is an opportunity. I was on a webinar last night, and the key words was, this is not happening to us. This is happening for us.
Yes.
Just like after Ivan, Sabrina, we sat under the stars. There were no TVs. It's an opportunity.
It is to connect, reconnect, get together, and really see what family is all about. Because if you're locked into that home with your family, you got to listen, or they'll make you.
Well, listen to my webinar.
Now, what factors contribute to, we're going to go into the value and cost now, to the value and cost a piece of your artwork? I know when you're doing pieces, and I've heard this with a lot of artisans as well, it's hard to put a price tag to it sometimes.
It very much is, and I'm really not good at that. I'm more likely to give something away than to sell it. That's my nature, so I'll never be a realtor. I really admire them, truly. But, you know, I ran into our Honorable Mr. Ezra Miller one day at a coffee shop, and I just flashed him my Northside sketch, and the price was on there, which is what the original price was, of $150 US, and he looked at me and said, way underpriced.
Wow.
But, you know, over Christmas, I sold a couple to some prominent people here in Cayman. They picked it up as a Christmas gift at that price. And what I've decided to do is keep that price right now at $150 US for the driftwood. And I'm looking now to donate a portion of that to the Northside Girls
Excellent.
Brigade.
Excellent.
But, Sabrina, I was thinking last night that maybe the Girls Brigade is all island-wide now, and they're not segregated. I'll find out from Wendy Stenning and Amber about that. But I love young women need to be empowered, and I feel this is also my way to give back to
Totally
Cayman.
agree.
So there would be a portion of sales going to the Girls Brigade of the Cayman Islands.
Okay. Now, Ms. Donna, how is the art economy in the Cayman Islands? What have you found?
That's a tough question for me to ask. What I found is there's a lot of growth from what there used to be. There's no doubt about that. In regards to sales, I really can't answer that, Sabrina. I'm just kind of dipping my toe back into this talent of mine, which has been dormant for 20 years.
Right. How important is it then in branding to your business, bringing that branding to your business, understanding you're not a salesperson. We all have our weaknesses. We understand you're an artist, but how important is it to bring that branding to your business?
It's so important because the value and the integrity are the selling factors of artwork. It's what the artist's heart and soul. It's the integrity of their work. It's the value. So it's not wishy-washy artwork. This is an investment from you. So for every artist out there, it's your investment of time, the value of what you put into this. So aim high. That's what I've been told. Aim high. You can always negotiate down.
That's right. Now, as an artist and a business owner, how can the wider community show support to local artists and artisans?
Buying their artwork, if they're not able to buy, to share it along to others. Buying local for gifts rather than ordering on Amazon.com or buying something. Buy local, buy artwork, buy things that are lasting and that have value. Sharing amongst each other, becoming united in art here. Like we've got so many wonderful societies that are connected, and just helping each other, sharing each other's work. If somebody doesn't want a Donna Mitchell pen and ink of Rum Point, maybe they want a beautiful bracelet from the lady Jasmine who spoke before me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what are some valuable tips you'd like to extend to artists generally?
General tips for artists. Be disciplined. As artists, we can be a little bit wishy-washy. Oh, when I'm in the mood. And as a business owner working at home, you can also be like that. So, creating a little discipline and boundaries for yourself, like I'm going to apply myself to this today. If I'm not in the mood to create my art, what can I do to develop that mood and mindset?
Right.
Definitely very important. Tracking, where you put your artwork, working with people in the community. God bless Nina out at Beach Bubbles.
Yes.
She's expanding her business. She's going to do a little corner for North Side scenes for people.
Right.
Looking at people in the community that are going to help you with your art to get it out there. Some of them will want a commission. If you can sell directly, of course, you could get your full price. But also probably giving a little of your income somewhere. And I think in Cayman, we're so big on giving. The big companies are giving all the time. I think it's time little companies, and personally, we also give now.
Right, definitely. Even more so now than ever. Yeah. Can you, Ms. Donna, recap about the webinar and on your North Side artwork and whatever information you'd like to be as a takeaway this morning from our discussion?
Okay, I have a lot going on, so I think it would be really great if people emailed me. A very simple email is info@inspiredwithdonna.com. Mm-hmm. info@inspiredwithdonna.com. I'm on Facebook at Lifestyles Cayman. Got lots of friends, so Lifestyles Cayman. You can call me 929-7512. The webinar is free. You sign up. There's no obligation for anything, and you have options then for future webinars, including webinars for young adults undergoing stress regarding to current day events. Mm-hmm. So reach out.
Well, Ms. Donna, it has been a pleasure, and time does not permit us to continue any longer, but it has indeed been my pleasure to allow you this opportunity to speak about your businesses and definitely to also highlight one of many artisans here locally. I want to personally wish you continued success.
Sabrina, keep doing your wonderful work. Thank you. Radio Cayman. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's our pleasure. We've been speaking with Ms. Donna Mitchell, life coach, certified Canfield trainer, lifestyle consultant, keynote speaker, water conditioning therapist, and also artist, who's been sharing with us about her Northside artwork and her upcoming webinar. It has been our pleasure bringing you the Business Buzz again this morning, and I want to please encourage persons to stay home. I cannot share this enough, and people are not understanding to just be honest. If you genuinely just got off a flight, don't be visiting people sharing the flyer that you got on the plane to stay home because you had to come out to buy a DVD. It's just not making sense. We all have a responsibility in combating this, and we can all do it together if you just follow simple instructions. For more information about the flu hotline, please contact 1-800-534-8600 or 947-3077. You can also email your questions, should you have more, to flu@hsa.ky. There have been made operational to provide you with answers and guidance. And persons who have policy questions, they can also go to www.gov.ky. We want to thank our sponsors, Cayman Insurance Centre, Count on Us Cayman Limited, and Cayman Medical Supplies for your continued sponsorship. And to you, our loyal listeners and viewers, have a safe and fabulous Thursday.
The Business Buzz is brought to you by Cayman Insurance Centre, celebrating 46 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. Count on Us Cayman Limited, offering bookkeeping services, property management, customs brokerage, and Cayman auto and tech services. Call them at 623-6941 or 323-3995. And also brought to you by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211.